Welcome to On the Level Racing channel. I'm going to look back over it quickly on today's racing. I think the highlight of the entire day, obviously, the running of Shishkin. Personally, the critics will be out there to give, obviously, Henderson a right rollicking on running the horse. I have to tend to agree with him. With the ground turned the way it did up to heavy ground, really she had the balls of actually pulling the horse out and probably saving for Aintree, which I'm surprised he would have got probably better ground than he did today. He was struggling from a long way out, really. Well, actually, quite early into the race. After about 3 or 4 fences, you could see that he was on the verge of going to be pulled up, and he wasn't really going. Obviously, and Nugamime was the horse to be on. It was a correct horse to be on, just due to the fact that obviously the soft ground had come, it could have been more impressed with the horse today. Others I take out to the today's racing. I wasn't overly impressed with a few runs today. I mean, I had a few good bets up. I can't complain. However, looking at the result with Sir Gerhard, that was quite impressive. I mean, he got the 2 mile 5 really well in that kind of ground. 3 Stripe Life, I thought he could have been ridden a bit more handier. I think he could have took Sir Gerhard on a bit earlier before the second last. Obviously, he didn't. And obviously the rest is history. Segal went away and probably won quite convincingly. But I think on another day, they might have run 3 Stripe Life a bit differently, a bit more forward. And I think he would have given Sir Gerhard a good race. I'm not saying he didn't. The next best winning day, La Homme Presse of Venetia Williams. Great ride by Charlie Deutsch. Well deserved, I must say. And obviously the ground came in time for the horse and basically dictated from the third or fourth fence into the race. Coral Cup, well, again we see anything wins this race, and as I said on the podcast yesterday on the podcast, that Commander of Fleet wouldn't have a chance getting the first 4. Well, that proved me wrong, didn't it? 50 to 1, and it went. And it just got up to be fast or slow. Looking on to the Glenfarclas now, I thought first it's going to be a bit of a farce. I thought Delta Work I thought Jack Kenny was going to pull Delta Work to let Tiger Roll win on his last race before retirement. It wasn't meant to be. Fair play to Tiger Roll. What a great ride. He looked to over the winner 2 out, jumped the last, great, went for the rails, which is the right move. But very smartly, Delta Work came over with him, obviously to run him out the line. You couldn't take it away with anyone. I mean, both great horses. And then obviously the Johnny S and the Grand Annual, again, not the greatest race. Global Citizen took the prize there at 28 to 1. And the bumper, well, everyone was trying to lay this Facel Vega, drifted like a market. You could have got it was near enough, much shorter than it was, but 15 to 8. It went in, it beat American Mike quite easy. It was really the right result, really. The first 2 past the post was the correct in the market, the first and second favourite. So we're going to move on to the third day. Usually this tends to be a bookie's day, really. They tend to get some money back on this. The first race is the Turner's Novices Chase, better known as the Golden Miller. The grade 1 over just shy of 2.5 miles. Again, it's come up on soft, but I think it's the way the rain's. We've still got a bit of rain around this area, so I'd like to think this race is going to go off a pretty heavy ground. Sadly, only 4 runners. It's all about the top 2 in the market, really. Gallopin Deschamps and Bob Ollinger. They're both consistency, but I just think the prospect horse at the both of them is Bob Ollinger. I do like Gallopin Deschamps when he runs again, but I just think Henry de Bromhead's come here with a tendency to have 2 good winners on the card this week. One being Honeysuckle And obviously the second one's going to be Bob Ollinger, I think. He's a very nice horse going forward. I mean, he's 7 years old now. Done nothing wrong. He's won his last 5. He's won opening 2 chases. He beat Bacardi by 6.5 lengths over at Gowran Park over 2.5 miles on soft ground. And it was quite impressive even further when beating Capodanno in the Kildare Novice Chase over at Punchestown. Again, over 2.5 miles on soft ground. I think the soft ground is a very big key for this horse. Rachel Blackmore comes in for the ride again. Don't forget, this horse last year was seen winning the Ballymore. So trip is not a problem. Ground's not a problem. I like to think that Bob Ollinger is the more prospect horse in the race against Galloping Deschamps. Galloping Deschamps is probably a 6-year-old now, still learning the game, as is Bob Ollinger. Bob Ollinger, I think, is a good prospect. Obviously, Rachel Blackmore will ride the horse again. You can currently get 6 to 5, 11 to 10. I think you should take that money now because the forecast, I think these will flip-flop. I would like to think that Bob Ollinger will eventually go favourite, probably at 4 to 5 if the money comes in. I think it will. So I think the 11 to 10 now, or the 6 to 5. I think it's worth taking 6 to 5 now. I think on this, and I think it's a short price snap, guys. But I think a 2-point win. In fact, I'm going to go a 3-point win. 3-point win on Bob Ollinger here at 6 to 5 in the first race, the Golden Miller, obviously known as the Turner's Novices Chase. That's the 130. On to the 210, we've got the Per Tips Network Final Handicap Hurdle, just shy of 3 miles. Again, a grade 3 event. Side de Burley for Gordon Eddett's horse has been put in here as favourite, pure the fact that he won it back in 2020 and 2019. It's going for its 3rd win. I don't really fancy it off 11 stone 12, in those £7 claims race on the board. It's a hard race. I mean, it's not been a great race for favourites. This the 2 I like against the field here is the first one I want to speak about will be Emmett Munning's horse. Paul Tannen comes to the ride on Winter Fog. Last seen when he finished in 2nd behind a horse called Panda Boy, just after Christmas time. When taking this handicap chase qualifier at Leopardstown, beaten by 3 1/4 lengths. Back in 5th that day was a horse called Dunboyne, who I will get to in a minute. I think he just got the 3 miles Winter Fog, just about. He was petering out at the end. I mean, the 3 1/4 lengths come up that hill at Cheltenham, with probably equivalent to about 5, especially in this ground. So, I mean, he's really going to need to hit the line quite hard. And I just think he could be vulnerable, very, very vulnerable if over that last fence, if anything's going to be staying on quite significantly. That's what brings me on here. I mean, down the bottom here, only 10 stone 4, Jack Kennedy, Gordon Elliott here, Dunboyne. Now, there's been a lot of money around for this horse after the last 24 hours. I mean, obviously, 5th to Panda Boy at Leopardstown, came out again and was beaten quite convincingly behind a horse called Good Time Johnny in a 150 grade B race, 60 grand race. That was on a bit quicker ground. So I think it sort of saw him out there. If you look at the form back there, though, Maze Runner was back in 6th. Maze Runner won a cracking race today on the card. So, I mean, the form line can be there. If we look at, this is going to be his first visit to Cheltenham, which had a bad sign really in his kind of racing. He's pretty well handicapped. He's currently off a mark 128. Comes to 134, £6 penalty, but he's due to drop back 128 for future races. So he's just got in here at the bottom of the weight there. And I think he could be very smart here if he gets a good run under Jack Kennedy. He will be staying on the way to the line. So I can't see a problem with a chance here. As for the British contenders, obviously we've got a look at a horse called Alaphilippe Philippe of Fergal O'Brien's here. Had a very good season last year, notching up 4 wins out of 6. 5th to Vanellier last year in the Albert Bartlett, and comes back here. I think we could put a line through the Warwick race last time out, where he was beaten by Cider de Burley to short head. He's beaten by the Jam Man also for mark 140. We'll come into this of a mark of 138. Still quite well handicapped. I can't see a problem why Adam Phillip won't run a big race for the O'Brien and Brennan combination. So really, and I mean, out of the stats there, if you look down here, it's the last 6 years has gone to Irish trainers. So we are saying that we are looking probably at a possible British winner eventually, but I can't really see it what the British are bringing to the table here. So I'm going to go 2 against the field here. I mean, I think Winter Fog will be thereabouts, but I just think he's going to have a problem getting up that hill on this ground. But I think a half point each way at 7-1, which you can get with Unibet and Betfair. And my main probably each way there is 1 point each way on Dunboyne 8-1 with Bet365. I just think Dunboyne there way down the weights of 10 stone 4 for Jack Kennedy is a shoeing. He should be really thereabouts on the premises. Onto the 250. It's the Ryanair Chase, also known as the Festival Trophy. Over the extended 2 miles 4. Allaho is going to be all the rage here. I think it's going to be very hard to beat Patrick Manning's horse here. The Cheveley Park stud horse could probably go the same way as most of he's done. He's won his last 2 chases over Punchstone over 2.5 miles when he beat Janenadil in the John Durkin by 2 lengths, and then he came out again and beat Fakir de Ries by 12 lengths in the Horse and Jockey Hotel Chase at Grade 2 event of Thurles of 174. His last year's Ryanair Chase winner. So obviously he knows how to do it and how to win here. Rachel Blackmore, I think he's going to get the ride. I'm not too sure. Double check. No, so Paul Tannen's got the ride in this. So yeah, I think he's the one to beat Allaho, and he's 8-13, which is probably about the best price in the market at the moment. If we were to go for an outsider in this race, I mean, Conflated's come from the Gold Cup into this. I think Conflated should have stayed in the Gold Cup because he probably wants the further trip. This could be too short for him. I won't be surprised with the ground weight. The ground's come up now. It's soft to heavy. I mean, you can't overlook anything that Leisha Williams puts in the race. I mean, she's got Fanny and Des Estravel here with Charlie Deutsch on board, and it could be the big price in the market here. I mean, last seen at Ascot in the Ascot Betfair Chase, we finished in third to Fakir de Ries, and he went down by 3.5 lengths off a mark of 162. And he was staying on under pressure under Charlie Deutsch, and I can't see the reason why this horse can't be at the first 3, especially with the ground going soft. We all know how Venetia Williams done that. I mean, she did it with Le Homme Pressé today. Winner over 2.5 miles. Last year's 5th at Allaho in this. I can't see a reason why can't run a big race, to be honest, at a huge price. We have a look at Conflated here. I mean, and I said, I think it's the wrong move by Kingerstown here to send his horse this way. I mean, last seen beating Milena Indo in the Irish Gold Cup, which, as we know, is a very good form line. And if we look at the race there, just get it up here. You had Jenny Dill beating that day. Delta Work was back in 6, who's gone on to win the Glenfarclas today, beating Tiger Roll. Milena Indo is fancied again to run a big race in the Gold Cup on Friday. So I can't see a problem why Conflated can't run a race, but I just think it might be a little bit too short. But I think he would probably want further this. I think the Gold Cup trip would have been perfect for him, over 3.25. Others in the race, got Shamblu down the bottom for Dan Skelton. Now, like I said, if we can have a look here at the stats at the bottom here, I mean, there's only been one British trainer in the last 6 years to take this race. That was Paul Nicholls with Froden. It's mainly gone. It's Willie Mullins is 4-1 up on Amy de Bromhead. So whatever really Mullins sends here, you've got to take a very strong thing. But Skelton's horse here fell last seen at Wetherby. And the Charlie Hall behind Fusel Raffles. Prior to that was 5th at this Meets Festival last year in the Marsh Novices Chase, the Golden Miller. He hasn't really shown anything significantly. We have to just really step up off his current mark. I do apologise. I've just lost the page there. Just give me a second, guys. So yeah, as I was saying, I think it'll be very, very hard for this horse to really, off the current mark, to even win this race. Just give me a second, guys. We're just gonna get this page up. It's a bit slow tonight. Okay. Right, just gonna get this up now. Give me a second. So as I was saying, Allaho is his race to lose. I probably won't have a bet in the race. Once Allaho gets in front, it'd be very hard to pick back. So I think it'd just be a watch in there. If I can have a little bet, little stab each way, so I might do. I'm not going to put anything up, but I'm going to have a little stab here on a big price here on Cheltenham Festival. It's around 40 to 1 with William Hill. You never know. He could run a big race into a place. We've been seeing it all day this week. Big prices getting the big races, are getting into the in the mix. So yeah, I'll probably have a private each way on Fanny and Dead Estrabel in the 250 at Cheltenham. Going on to the 330, which is the Paddy Power Stayers Hurdle. Again, there's been a lot of money around for Classical Dream over the last few days. Winnie Munnings' horse here. Again, Paul Tannen will come in for the ride. Last seen at Garran Park over the extended 3 miles when landing the John Mulhern Garmore Hurdle Grade 2 event finishing fourth, when behind Royal Kahala, when giving £11 at the weights. Ashdale Bob was back in third there. We won a cracking race again today. And then Commander of Fleet was down in eighth, who obviously came out and won today as well. So the form line is really there for Royal Kahala and Classical Dream. To be noted. That was on soft ground also. If we look at Royal Kahala down the bottom there, Peter Vahi's also here, like I said, finished behind, beat some of the selections here. Also, last time out, beat Heaven Help Us before that, when landing a grade 3 event, beating Heaven Help Us by a neck. Tell Me Something Girl there was back in third, who sadly came to grief this week. And Dysett Dynamite, no, it's different Dysett there, sorry. So Royal Kahala, again, well like the soft grounds. It seems it's quite versatile, this horse. And if a mark 148 down the bottom there, he could still be a lively contender of 11 stone 3 with a weight allowance for the mares. The stats here, again, it's pretty mixed up here, really. So the Irish won it the last 4 years. It's 2-2 with the British. So we see it go 5 years, it's 3-2 to the Irish, 3-3 since 2016. So British have got quite a good race record in this race, really. Champ Nicky Henderson, I think it's also really got to bounce back to win this. Behind Paisley Park, which I thought was a really, really weird Cleve hurdle, especially with Paisley Park losing nearly 15 lengths at the beginning, and literally came through to win quite easily by 3 1/4 lengths. I just think Champ just really emptied out coming towards the last. He went down by 150 in the last 150 yards to Paisley Park. It was still an impressive run, but we know Paisley Park as his race, always marked out on his calendar. We go prior to that, he had a scalp at Ascot's in the long walk hurdle when he took the scalp with Time Hill and Paisley Park quite convincingly off a mark of 155. That was off 11 stone 7. We're coming in stone 11 stone 10, so it's not going to be an easy task off the weight, given weight my man some decent horses here. However, I wouldn't over, especially giving age away, sorry, not weight, age away. There's been no 10-year-old who's won this race going back to 2002, so 20 years. It's reluctant to the age to pretty catch up with him. It'd be a fantastic ride if he wins it. I can't see it somehow. There's a little squeak on the outside there. Song for Someone, maybe 33 to 1. Nico Devonville's having a great already. Had 2 winners this week. Last seen finishing 4th behind Goshan in the Contenders Hurdle listed event. Prior to that, Cheltenham came out just before Christmas and was 2nd in the International Hurdle. Won last year. last Christmas on the international. So really, it's just going to be. It's just like his first festival, I think. Yeah, it's the first real festival he's been at. We'll have to probably step up though. Tim Simmons' horse. Time Hill, Philip Hobbs here, last season finishing second to Champ, as we know, behind in the long walk hurdle, and then went to France and was beaten quite convincing heavy ground. But probably wouldn't want too heavy. I think this horse is better on good grounds. I wouldn't be surprised if Time Hill even runs in this tomorrow, to be honest, especially on the ground. Paisley Park. Here's my concern about this is that I think the horse is better on quicker ground. Again, good to soft. He has won on heavy before. A couple of seasons ago, we went in the long walk hurdle. He's got reversed. He's 1-1 with Champ at the moment. I think if he gets that sort of situation where if he's 15 lengths behind again at the start in this ground, it's not going to be easy to peg back unless they literally stop to a walk up front, which won't surprise me here. But Paisley Park will be staying on at the end, but it'd be an amazing feat if he does land this race, for the second time. Flooring Porter, reigning champion. I mean, this race is not. We haven't seen a reigning champion win this race since Big Bucks all them years ago. I think it's a big ask again for Flooring Porter to come back, Gary Cromwell's horse, and trying to retain the title. He's been drifting the market quite considerably. Second, beaten by Classical Dream last time out. Obviously, one beat side de Burley in this last year. He's won at one with at Cheltenham. Expect a good race again if he's thereabouts, but I think there's more open up market here for a bit of bet. I think I do think Peter Fahey's horse here is still improving. Royal Kahala. I think he's a cracking bet here. It's 6-1. It's a very open market. I mean, you've got 4-1 favourite Classical Dream. Joint favourites reporting for Flooring Porter. Time Hill 9-2. Champ at 5s and Royal Kahala at 6s. I think Royal Kahala should have been shorter in this. I think Royal Kahala should have been about 7-2, 4-1 joint favourite. So I think it's good value for 6-1. I think it's worth an each way bet. So I'll be a point each way on Royal Kahala in the Paddy Power Stayers hurdle. The 410, which is the Kraft RS Whiskey and Co. Plate handicap chase, only extended 2.5 miles. I would like to think, when I did the ratings on this race, I thought Imperial Alcazar would be the horse they would have to beat in this ground. Fergal O'Brien's horse, he's very rare, he doesn't go away with this festival without a winner. Got a very good form around Cheltenham. Second to Pat's Fancy, obviously that Pat's Fancy form was at Chepstow was sadly hampered. Which obviously Pat Fancy was beaten by some considerable two good horses. And then he came out here at Cheltenham, the coursing distance, and actually thrashed Bigstown by 10 lengths on good ground. Now, we can have a look here, see if this horse actually won on heavy ground. Always second on soft. He won on heavy ground on his hurdles. Win the Pertemps at Warwick 139. So, and he's won on soft ground at Cheltenham over 2.5 miles. So yeah, I can't see a reason why you can't see him being at the first three. I was in the race. I haven't really looked at it. It's a wide open field. Skilachy and Munro. I saw this horse win on Boxing Day at Wetherby, and it won quite well. When that's the one after. He came out and won again at Wetherby, but the one Boxing Day won. It was quite a good race. He came off the pace here and won by 3.25 lengths off a mark 138. So that's going to put him on about 145. He's coming into this off 145. Yeah. So good chance I think. Are we going to see a Davy Russell winner this week? He's not. He's usually popped up by now. He's riding a horse here called Grand Paradis. Not seen since finished second to Blue Sari over 2.5 miles on heavy ground. Beaten quite convincingly by 13 lengths. Prior to that, back in January, finished second to a horse called Floer. Wasn't really convincing today either. So yeah, he's got a bit to find, but does seem to handle heavy conditions quite well. And Dave Russell's booked, which is probably a plus. But he does deserve a winner. All the rage though in this race at the moment is a horse I put up now. I followed this horse in his early days when I thought he was a possible champion bumper horse. He came out, won at Cheltenham, listed a bet on the bumper tonight, and I thought, yeah, he was going to go on and win. I could get close anyway, but in the champion bumper, but he didn't run pay. He got 50 in Voyalum in the bumper. So there's plenty of speed there. He likes soft grounds. We go through his career. I mean, his career isn't too bad at Cheltenham. I mean, last year he was fifth behind Tell Me Something Girl in the Dawn Run Mares, 131. So he's had 2 wins out of 3 going chasing, and the form line is definitely last time out when finishing 10 lengths behind La Homme Presse in the Paddy Power Novice Chase, the Dipper Novices over the course and distance. So he's a dark horse in this race, the Glassing Queen. And I wouldn't be surprised that he would definitely be on the premise on this ground, I think. So looking at the market, I mean, this is once again Irish about 4-2 up here in this against the GP members. So we're going to put 2 up against the field at prices. So I think Glancing Queen will have to go up as a 1 point win bet at 4-1 with bet 365. That's the Glancing Queen. And I'm going to have an each way bet here at 11-2 on Imperial Alcazar, 11-2. Also bet 365. You can actually get 6-1 with Ball Sports. On to the 450, which is the Ryanair Mares Novices Hurdle. Again, I was extended 2 miles. I actually love this horse, but I'm just worried about if the inexperience is going to go against him. That's Dino Blue and Willie Mullins. We know Willie Mullins is a fantastic trainer. He proved that with the bumper horse this afternoon. And Dino Blue here was very impressive under Mark Walsh when winning by 15 lengths at Clomel on debut on heavy ground. And that's the main killer here. I mean, it's the ground, heavy ground. Dino Blue's done nothing wrong. He's probably going to be my nap of the day, I think. One out of there, I mean, Grand G hasn't really done anything for me, but one I could be interested in is Party Central of Gordon Elliott's. Again, Davy Russell. Again, done nothing wrong. Good win last time out over at Leopardstown when taking the mares Grade B over 17.5 furlongs and won by 11 3/4 of a mark 121. That would probably mark him up to about 128. He's also a listed winner over further. So he has to be respected here. And I think they're probably worth the 2 against the field. So I would like to say 2 point win that. Sorry, I've been having nap already. Sorry. So this would be a 2 point next best on Dino Blue at 9-4. With a little bit squeaky each way here on half a point each way at 7-1 with William Hill on Party Central. And on to the finale of the third day, which is the Kim Muir Challenge Cup. Stick up in, lads. There's been a lot of money around for schoolboy hours in this. It's tapping back to the board here. Noel Meadsall, Derek O'Connor comes in for the ride. Last seen when winning over mark 133 at Leopardstown. When landing a 3-mile chase, not 150 in a Paddy Power chasing one, beating Ben Dundee by half a length. And then prior to that, I mean, it's going to be his first visit to the Cheltenham Festival, which I find talks volumes in the Kim Muir, I think, especially from Irish runners. Obviously, you've got Jamie Codd here, who's sadly has been beaten all his last 2 rides. Comes in with smoking gun here. Again, the no-horse been well backed. Finished last time at 3rd of 9. on the 9th of February to a whole school full-time score of 138. Prior to that, did win just before Christmas, winning a grade B for mark 130. Probably off the current mark of 140, pretty too much to do off that. Going down the field, I mean, as you can see, you can stick a pin in this race, really. I don't know. Going Edits. What's Edits going to? It's going to be a race where Edits going to win it. And I mean, what's he going to win it? He's got front of salt here at the top of the weight. So 11 stone 12, £3 claim at R. James on board. 13 to 2. Another horse has been back to the race. Second to Fleur last time over at Ferry House. Again, that form has taken a bit of a dent. But this horse finished like 8th last year behind Galloping de Champs in the Martin Pipe. Again, he's unexposed around Cheltenham. Really, it's only his second time around here, so significantly, I mean, he should be running well for the Kingstown. Whereas now, starting to, as the back end of the week comes in, they're starting to run well. I can't really have anything else. Nicky Henson's got Mr. Coffee here, or Mr. Kofi or Coffee, when you pronounce. Again, a horse that just can't seem to win. A number of seconds this year. Won at Kempton, went behind Jacquemart. And then probably the best run when he finished 21 lengths behind Le Homme Presse in the Sicily Isles Chase, the Grade 1. Again, good form. I mean, anything behind Sicily. Consider Home Press. Homme Press was rated £17 higher than Mr. Coffee that day and beaten by 21 lengths. It just shows us significantly how good Le Homme Presse really is. And Mr. Coffee, that's not a bad run, really. I mean, that would put him off a mark of what? 144. For me, anyway, and he's coming into this off a mark of 137. So really, he's very well handicapped, Mr. Coffee, from Nicky Henderson, and same way Lee Conan gets the ride on the horse there. So again, 2 against the field here. I think we're probably gonna go with Mr. Coffee each way at 16 to 1, bet 365, half a point each way, 16 to 1. And I'm going to have a little bet on here on probably Front Assault. 1 point win at 6 to 1 in Front Assault. You get 13 to 2 with bet 365. So probably 1 point win of Front Assault there for Gordon Elliott. So we're going to have a quick look back over the horse here for the third day. So again, the nap of the day, the 3-point nap, is at 6 to 5 with William Hill. That's from Bob Oninger. I actually tend to think that he will go odds on. The money will come for the horse, and I think Galloping de Champs will drift. On to the 210. The per temps. Again, my bet here is Winter Fog, half a point each way at 13 to 2. And 1 point each way on Dunbar and 8 to 1. Also a bet 365. On to the 250. The Ryanair. I mean, it's just only a personal bet for me. I'm not going to get a bet against this anything. I think Allaho's the class horse in the race. I would probably have a little bet of myself here, putting a couple of quid each way on Fanny Young, D'Estreville, purely on the ground, and Venetia Williams. On to the 330, the Paddy Power Stayers. I'm going to have a bet here with Royal Kahala. 1 point each way at 6 to 1. She's just gone 11 to 2 now. The mare with bet 365. So 6 to 1, 1 point each way at 6 to 1 with Royal Kahala. On to the 410, which is the plates handicap. 1 point win on Glancing Queen at 4s, and half point each way at 11 to 2, 6 to 1 with Bold Sports on Imperial Alcazar. And in the 450, the Ryanair mares, I'm gonna next best this 2 point win at 9 to 4 on Dino Blue with a little half a point each way on Party Central at 7s with William Hill. And the finale of the race, the 530, the Kim Muir. It's going to be a half a point each way at 6 to 1 Frontal Assault. No, sorry, 1 point win at 13 to 2 Betfair on Frontal Assault, and a half a point each way on Mr. Coffee at 16 with bet 365. So that's the racing for the third day for Cheltenham. Hope you're all in front and having a good weekend. We're not doing too bad myself. So all I can say is Have a great third day, guy. Don't expect too much. Don't bet what you can't afford. Have a good third day. All the best. It's On the Level Racing channel, signing out.